Coming up in this video, if there is one city, town, or village outside of London you visit, it has to be Knaresborough. Knaresborough is full of surprises, a warren of medieval streets and stone staircases that weave their way up and down. The town center is perched on the cliffs above the River Nidd, and the imposing railway viaduct across the Nidd Gorge offers an amazing view to visitors as they arrive by train. It is known for its beautiful scenery, historic sites, and cute shops. The River Nidd flows through the town, adding to its lovely atmosphere. Whether you love nature, history, or just want to relax, Knaresborough has something special for everyone. It's so easy to just stroll around and fall in love with this beautiful town. So join me on this tour of Knaresborough, and I will help you do just that. The viaduct crossing the River Nidd in Knaresborough is one of the most recognizable landmarks to find in Yorkshire, particularly if you're prone to scrolling through Instagram. But the story behind the famous viaduct, which is a favorite for those taking trips to the North Yorkshire town and canoeing down the river, is not so straightforward. Construction error led the initial incarnation of the bridge to collapse and crumble into the river, causing decimation to the wildlife and huge costs for the developers. Then, when it was finally erected in one piece, it was metaphorically torn apart by critics, with one famous historian at the time describing it as one of the most notable railway crimes in England. But just as the viaduct was nearing completion, disaster struck on March 11th, 1848. The structure collapsed fully into the river below, and the resultant noise of the falling masonry was said to have lasted for 5 minutes. While there was no official inquiry, it was said that the collapse of the viaduct was down to a combination of bad workmanship, poor materials, and excess water in the River Nidd. The viaduct is best admired from the Riverside Walk or the nearby castle ruins, where you can take in the full panorama of the town nestled into the valley. Whether you're arriving by train or exploring on foot, the structure is a testament to Victorian engineering and a must-see for anyone visiting the area. Its blend of natural beauty and historic significance makes it a standout feature in the heart of North Yorkshire. Taking a stroll along the riverbanks is one of the best things to do in Knaresborough. The houses tiered along the hillside are so quintessentially English, and watching the rowboats go by on a spring day is like walking through a movie set. Continuing further down the river, you'll notice cottages and houses at the bottom of the limestone gorge, and it will look a little more residential than the town center. You will eventually reach what looks like a castle, molded from the rock high above you. This is known as the House in the Rock, and was chiseled out of the rock for a 16-year period in the late 1700s. It's a personal home now, so you can't go inside, but it is probably really awesome. Just a little bit further down from the House in the Rock is the Chapel of Our Lady of the Crag. This shrine was carved out of the rock in 1408 with permission from the king. There's a cute outdoor cafes right on the riverside. Every table has the perfect view, called the Marigold Cafe. And it's the perfect spot to grab a cup of tea or have a sandwich. And if it's hot outside, grab an ice cream cone. Walking down the Gallon Steps, the 96 steps connect Waterside with Kirkgate and are named after a Mr. R.N. Gallon, who had a house at the top. A good view on the way down and a must for anyone exploring Knaresborough's history. It's a little bit of a steep drop, and some of the steps are uneven, so if this is an issue, then you are better off taking the steps down from Kirkgate. Knaresborough Castle is a magnificent site steeped in history. This ancient fortress stands on a cliff overlooking the river Nidd. Built in the 12th century, it offers visitors a glimpse into the past. While exploring the castle grounds, you can admire the impressive stone architecture. The views from the castle are breathtaking. You can see the lush green landscapes and the winding river below, making it a perfect spot for photos. You can wander through the remnants of the castle's walls and imagine the stories they hold. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about its rich history from the informative signs around the site. They explain the castle's significance over the centuries. The surrounding gardens are also lovely for a leisurely stroll. Enjoy the blooms and take in the fresh air. It's a peaceful place to relax after exploring. Whether you are a history buff or simply enjoy beautiful views, Knaresborough Castle is a must-visit destination. The beautiful parish church of Knaresborough dates mainly to the 15th century, though it incorporates parts of an earlier 12th century building. The medieval church was restored in 1878 to give us the building we see today. In 1318, Scottish raiders destroyed much of Knaresborough, including the church. It's still in a poor state a decade later in 1328, when Edward III spent part of his honeymoon with Queen Philippa at Knaresborough Castle. The king promised his new bride that he would give money to rebuild the church. This he did, and the queen took a close interest in the process of rebuilding. She is known to have been involved in rebuilding St. Edmund's Chantry, now St. Edmund's Chapel. The Queen stayed frequently at Knaresborough Castle over the following decades, and a close bond developed between her and the townsfolk, who dubbed the restored building the Queen's Church. Records show that in 1428, the priest of St. Mary's was John Mason. That suggests a possible link to the Chapel of Our Lady of the Crag, a wayside chapel cut into the cliffs above the River Nidd beyond the castle. According to tradition, the chapel was built by a master mason working for Henry IV, named John the Mason, in thanks after his son was saved from certain death in a rockfall at the quarry where John was working. Could the priest named John Mason be that same boy who escaped a tragic death and entered the church, rising to become the priest of his home church? Only fragments remain of the 12th century building, including parts of the chancel walls, several crossing piers, and transept arches. of the most striking memorials is to Sir Henry Slingsby, 1560 to 1634, who is shown wrapped in his shroud and standing upright under a niche. Slingsby served as the High Sheriff of Yorkshire. The striking effigy is also sculpted by Epiphanius Evesham and shows Slingsby leaning casually on his elbow whilst holding a gilded shield with the Slingsby family arms. In the center of the chapel is a tomb chest topped with effigies of Sir Francis de Slingsby and his wife Mary. Mary was the daughter of Thomas Percy, Earl of Northumberland, who was beheaded for treason by Elizabeth I in 1572. World's End is a historic pub with a modern twist, nestled in the heart of Knaresborough, steeped in character and charm. The pub is the perfect spot to relax, with a perfectly poured pint, enjoy hearty, freshly prepared food, and soak up a warm, friendly atmosphere. Whether you're visiting for a casual drink, a family meal, or one of the lively events, the World's End is more than just a pub. It's a place where good times and great company come together. Known as England's most famous witch and prophetess, who, according to legend, was born in this cave in 1488. She predicted major events throughout history, including the Great Fire of London in 1666 and the defeat of the Spanish Armada. She also predicted that once the High Bridge, located in Knaresborough, close to the entrance of Mother Shipton's cave, fell 3 times, the world would end. It's already fallen twice. The petrifying well is probably the highlight here. It is England's oldest ticketed attraction, dating back to 1630. It's semi-creepy when you first see it, because teddy bears and other objects are dangling on strings with water dripping down them. But the high mineral content in the water will petrify any object within 3 to 5 months. In the Georgian history of the town, window tax was high, and in order to avoid paying such a high tax, or just to create more symmetry with your home, people would board up and brick up some of the windows. In the early 2000s, several artists were commissioned to paint over the bricks and create trompe-l'oeil or trick-of-the-eye windows around the town featuring famous past residents of Knaresborough and little snippets of history. There were initially 10, but it seems more have popped up since then. Blind Jack was one of the most notable residents of Knaresborough. In fact, you'll see references to him all over town. Blind Jack's real name was John Metcalf, who was blind by age 6. He was a jack of all trades and an accomplished fiddler, and became known as one of the fathers of the modern road. He built about 180 miles of modern roadways in the mid-1700s. So now you know the brief, very brief in a nutshell story of Blind Jack. You can have a drink in this pub. The tiny pub screams, "Look at me," and is full of cozy rooms and charm. Knaresborough's historic marketplace is still central to life in the town, just as it has been for over 700 years. Not only is this the hub for the Wednesday market, which is filled with local merchants and fresh produce, but you can find some super cute shops, cafes, and pubs around here. Located just off Castlegate and a short distance from the market square, quirky Green Dragon Yard is one of Knaresborough's hidden gems. Fun fact, this little town is the backdrop for the Christmas movie called A Very British Christmas. Filming took place in March 2019, and the movie was released in December 2019 on Showtime. Knaresborough invites visitors to step back in time, enjoy its natural beauty, and immerse themselves in a town that's as friendly and welcoming as it is steeped in history. Whether you're here to uncover the past, enjoy the present, or simply bask in the town's enchanting atmosphere, Knaresborough offers an unforgettable experience in one of England's most picturesque settings.